Hello everybody and welcome back to another edition of Matchbox Marks Diecast Restorations. So this project I'm going to do a little bit of a custom. Today is January 26th, 2021, and this would have been Eddie Van Halen's 66th birthday today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to customize this van into Eddie Van Halen's guitar. And if you checked out Juan over at Matchbox Resurrection, he did a whole fleet of Formula cars and he showed different techniques, and one of them he did in Eddie Van Halen's guitar. And I thought, well, what a great idea. So Juan, with your permission, hopefully I can kind of not copy you, but kind of like do the same theme. And anyway, today happens to be my birthday as well. I'm 54 today, and actually, it was always cool growing up and sharing Eddie Van Halen's birthday. So, anywho, we have I don't know what year Volkswagen van this is. I couldn't find any information on it. I searched high and low. And one thing about these Johnny Lightning Playing Mantis castings, they're kind of hard to track down their date of what the car is. So anyway, well, I couldn't find it. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to put on some Eddie Van Halen music as I do this tribute to him. So stick around and I will see you at the reveal. All right, so first thing I want to apologize is there's no Van Halen music playing. Mainly because, I haven't quite mastered how to get music on here. I've watched a lot of videos and everything. And there's one video that says if you get flagged 3 times in 90 days for copyright violation, they're going to yank your channel. So, unfortunately, you're going to have to hear me drone on during this video with no music. So, anyway, my intentions were to play a little classic Van Halen with David Lee Roth, and then some Van Halen with Sammy Hagar. So, while we're talking about Van Halen, let's share in the comment your favorite Van Halen song. And whether you're a David Lee Roth fan, a Sammy Hagar fan, or you like them both the same or whatever, it would be cool to hear how you like Eddie. Anyway, one of the greatest guitar players ever. So this is my second voiceover, and honestly speaking, I'm not a fan of it. I have one more video that I'm going to put out with my Bedford Tipper. That's going to be a voiceover, and then after that, I'm going to go back to my old way of doing things, just narrate as I go. So anyway, let's see what I've got going on here. I've got a really cool VW van. I'm a Volkswagen fanatic. I like any kind of Volkswagen. I used to have a 1967 convertible Volkswagen Bug when I was about 18 years old. And man, I actually grew up in Connecticut. Used to drive that down to the beach with the top down, my long hair waving in the wind, and jamming to some classic 80s music. Those were the good old days. So anyway, here we go. Taking apart this beast. And it came with no castings. It came without any wheels. And I got this from a lot of cars that I bought from a guy here on OfferUp, and probably bought about 100 old Matchbox cars, and this was in one of them. So I have had this out for a while, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. And then I was watching Juan's video with his Formula Ones, man, and he just killed the paint job with Van Halen's guitar in one of his Formula cars. So, man, he did a great job. So, I thought, well, his birthday's coming up, the 26th, so why not pay tribute to Eddie Van Halen? So I'm just snapping in the base to see if it fits after my drilling. And excuse my reach there. And so I always take this little burring tool and I burr off the edges of it. And just so the base will fit over that hole a little bit better. So, and then when I drill the little teeny tiny hole for that button screw, I always like to use oil before and after. And that way, while I'm drilling, the oil can provide some lubricant to ease through the metal, even though it's really soft metal. Speaking of soft metal, you'll see later on in this video that I went to wire wheel the base with a wire brush and it broke, snapped on me. But I super glue it, and of course it wasn't straight, so putting it back together created its own challenges. So, I don't recommend doing this little drilling technique here. You could poke through and drill your hand. I've done that one time out of 200 and something castings. I drilled right through a casting and right into my hand. And drew a little bit of blood, but not too much. So always practice good safety techniques when you're drilling. I don't have the luxury of having a hobby room, so this is actually my master bedroom where I do all my work. So I'm very limited on where I can work, and I like to try to do everything in one spot, minus my painting. I don't think my wife would want me to use to paint in the bedroom and everything. So there's my tap. And I think, I don't even know what I'm doing here, to be honest with you. It's been so long since I filmed this. Oh yeah, I think my tap was loose. I was tightening it up. So, and I think I needed to go down a little bit deeper. So I've got tons of the little screws. They come in different lengths. And I've got a bunch of longer screws that I can never use because the holes are, or the spot where you drill is not that deep, so I have to use the little teeny tiny screws. Anyway, I really like this color scheme. The red and black is a really cool color scheme. My favorite color scheme on Matchbox cars are red and yellow. I just think that those colors really, really pop. Speaking of red and yellow, my truck in the back has red and yellow. There. So, hopefully Eddie's looking down and looking at my progress here. So, there we have it. All taken apart. Let's go on to the next scene. So here's all my pieces. I was really lucky to have a window unit in great shape. And there's my wheels I'm going to use on it. Give the thumbs up. So while I'm thinking about it, if you're watching this video, hit that like button and subscribe. And as always, if you're going to leave a comment, be kind and respectful, please. I'm not the most perfect hobbyist out there, but I make mistakes, and obviously. So anyway, in the citrus strip bath it goes. And this stuff is really good. I've only used caustic soda one time, and that's on my Bedford tipper, which will be out on the, well, it's already been out, actually. It came out on the 16th as I'm looking on my calendar. So there it is the next day. If only all paint could come out that easy, right? All right, and there's, I'm going to take some nice 4/0 steel wool, kind of shine it up a little bit. I think I had to paint this casting about 4 times, to be honest with you. I was just never satisfied. Those boxes to the right there are all the castings I've got in the last couple of months. So there's my work. Showing it off to the camera. All right. All right, here's my first coat. So obviously I do a white coat and then I do the stripes around it. So that's a spray can white. And here I am taping it the first time of many. And then I paint the whole casting red. And I peel off the tape. And there's my broken base. Isn't that awesome? I'll tell you one thing. These projects, there's always something that goes askew. And then I do it again. I wasn't happy the first time. There we have it. That's just Tamiya red right out of the pot. And there's the first batch. Next I got to do some black, which I don't show that, but I'm getting ready to do it. All right, let's take a look at where we started. Here it is. Just a beat up old VW bus. And let's see where I ended up. All right, it's time for my reveal for my VW bus here. Eddie Van Halen guitar style. So when I started this project, as you can see from the original before shots, didn't have any wheels and it just needed some love. So anyway, I decided to pay tribute to Eddie because his birthday would have been today, 66. And I thought, what a great way to pay tribute to him. So anyway, stripped this thing about 3 or 4 times and finally got to a point where I was satisfied with it. And putting on those stripes and artwork is pretty difficult, actually. That's why I kind of went through so many times painting it. I wasn't really satisfied, so hope you like it. And if Eddie were here, hopefully he would like it. So anyway, I know that he is jamming up in heaven with some fellow musicians, Jimi Hendrix and John Bonham and Ronnie James Dio, Randy Rhoads and Neil Peart. And they're probably having a good time up there jamming. So anyway, happy birthday, Eddie. Thank you all for watching. I always appreciate you. And I'll catch you on the next one. Stay safe.
That's all, folks.